Ladies and gentlemen, I am Doug. This is Ray, and welcome back to Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Eran Dakota y Rey y bienvenidos a los dibujos animados del sábado por la mañana.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was not a joke. We have just seen Blue Beetle for the first time, and let me tell you, for someone that grew up in a Hispanic household that had cousins and memories and generations of culture in my veins, I have never been so proud to see a movie. Like we said before, like the beautiful intro from Google Translates that we butchered somehow. I am Doug. He is Ray. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Cartoons, the new greatest podcast in the world, hosted by two best friends about superheroes and sports. Really, if it comes, depends if I cut it out for a rant with Ray. You know, it depends on how things are going. But with the NFL coming in, NBA, and apparently the World Series are in October, sports will be on the way. But it has been an absolute honor. We have gone over incredible things this year. We have watched The Flash. We have seen Ant-Man, sadly. We have got to meet Yvonne Armand, my dog, Yvonne Armand from Shazam 2. Yep. We have got to see, I'll say it again, we got to see The Flash, all right? That's how our year has gone, and this is one for the books. We have finally witnessed a good DC movie.
Yep, we did. We gave The Flash a 10 out of 10, but this was truly a good fucking movie.
This was truly a good movie.
Yeah.
I cried so many times.
I heard you. Yeah.
I
heard you simple. I mean, I cried. I cried too. I got there. It didn't fall, but I got there.
Oh, man.
It was emotional.
It was impeccable. The plot, the writing, the acting alone was incredible. Thank you so much.
There is nothing that I hate worse, and it's especially in the superhero genre trope, is when you introduce a big family and then they just play a little tiny plot point, and there was really no reason for the long setup that you gave them. But this is one of the first fucking movies that just comes to mind where every member of Jaime's family was just fucking integral in the resolution of the movie. And I love that.
Here's the thing. The only one that didn't have that much of an arc was the mom. Think about it. Out of all of them. She had, like, the very end where she was like, Jaime, like, you two get together, like, you and the suit get together and go, like, kick some asses. And, like, she was driving the ship to get out. But, like, she didn't really have much dialogue amongst, like, the grandma was like, this is not time to cry. She was the one that was, like, in a revolution. Yeah. You know, that was...
That's kind of cultural, isn't it? Because she's just like the silent rock. You know, she's just like the emotional glue while everybody else is freaking out doing their own.
And that's how it is.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Hispanic mothers out there doing their absolute best.
There was no pandering. There was no like trying to make it. It was just I don't know how to describe it. It was a superhero movie that was Hispanic. It was not a Hispanic superhero movie.
Exactly.
They didn't shove it in your face. They made a culturally fucking accurate, respectful fucking it was just perfect. Beautiful. It was beautiful.
You know what I mean?
It was great.
And now I understand what James Gunn meant. Where he was like, this is not our story, but this is not the first movie. This is the first superhero for the DC universe. Yep. Watching that, I understand now.
Yep.
Wow.
Wonderful.
This was spectacular. We'll jump into a little bit of this real quick.
What is your rating out of 10 for
There
this
it is.
movie?
That's what I was going to say. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Without a doubt.
Yes.
There was no bad CGI in this. I didn't see any bad CGI.
No. Phenomenal. Even his dad blowing away as dust or whatever, and then that if anywhere was going to be shitty, it was right there.
It was going to be the background of him running. Yeah. Like you had voiced your opinion to me about, you were like, I'm worried about the CGI of the scene where he's running from the explosion, and he jumps on the thing, and we had rewatched it, and we're like, oh, it's going to be different. It looked even better in the movie than the trailer,
bro. All of his fucking gadgets and whatever he created, like it all looked awesome, and like. Not only did the weapon look awesome, but the transition to get there looked awesome.
Yes.
Like when the Scarab first attached and it was his first transformation.
Yes.
That is one of the most horrific scenes I've ever watched in like a not scary movie.
Yeah.
That was truly, they made it, like, because their cells were attaching to each other.
Yes.
You know, is essentially what the Scarab does. So that was a great scene to really like show you how fucking painful, like what he's going through. Like that was just... Oh, it was so good.
Also,
every suit transformation was good.
I also want to bring up the fact that the entire time the family's like egging him on and shit like that. And that is what my family is like.
Yes.
I have never related to anything down to the way his house looked.
Yeah.
That is a almost exact replica of my Aunt Gloria's house.
Oh, no shit.
And like my Grandma Torres' house, like my Aunt Sylvia. Beautiful homes, kept together by incredible, strong-willed Hispanic women. But man, I had never felt so at home just watching it. I was like,
I feel you.
Oh, dude, I want some fucking tortillas. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to wake up in the morning to chorizo and fucking, like, beans. Like, I could not wait. And I wasn't even there. Like, I had never felt so at home in a movie before.
Oh, my brother. Fuck you. I'm glad you're sitting down. I couldn't hug you neck. Big old back.
Holy fuck.
You're going to hurt your back trying to bend down and hug me. How you doing, man?
Holy hell.
Missed you, man.
I missed you.
Oh, my God. I feel like I've been a fisherman out for, and you're going to hold me for 5 minutes.
I know. I haven't seen a woman in a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my fantastic father, the man that helped raise me, the good-looking smile and the good-looking beard. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know there's a Duck Dynasty reboot coming out, get ready because my dad's there and he likes chili dogs. Yeah, this has been fantastic. I'm so glad my dad got to come home and surprise me. This is amazing. Wow.
Dude, yeah, we were talking before the podcast about the kind of the parallels that we feel with Native being like raised in Native and raised like Latino.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the other correlation that you had saw?
All right. So the end where Jaime's mom is trying to give him the pep talk, but before she asks George Lopez what the scarab's name is. And that I thought that was a really funny fucking point because that is so like that's so true. The like white superheroes, you know, like their parents don't know that they're superheroes, but like Hispanic, Latino, like that is so like she's included the scarab in the family immediately.
Yeah,
and that is funny as fuck because that is just like how it would be.
The lighter. Yes, you are 100% correct. I will. It's yes, but also it's a parent thing in the aspect of. How many times have your dad asked, what the hell was his name again? One of your buddies.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad has met Chaz, he's met all the squad before. You know what I mean? If I put them all in a lineup, there's no way he can name all, every single one. He's not going 7 for 7. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
But it's also that innate Hispanic nature of my mother to be like, who are you hanging out with? What's their name?
Yeah.
Who's their mom?
Mm-hmm.
No, let me talk to them. No, they're going to come into my... If you want to go hang out with them, they're going to come in and say hello to me.
Yep.
So I felt that immediately. And she was like, what's his name? He's like, oh...
That nosiness is very shared.
That means you'd never ask Miss Patricia to go in and get food. That means you're always... If you have to ask her to go get food, you're in trouble. You should already know go get food. That was... When I heard that, I was like, oh, yeah, they're family now. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're 100% right. Also,
up, bro.
I want to talk about the grandma before we get into a couple other things. She was
funny, man.
One of the best like written side characters in a superhero movie.
Truly,
easily like just her small parts, but the comedic ability and this like the want for her to be your Abuelita, like it's amazing. Like the scene where she's like down with the imperialists, and she's just shooting this cannon.
Had that real throwback moment.
Yeah, dude, like
it really the side characters shined. Like sure, like his sister is a kind of a typical forgettable, but that's a true like little sister like giving you shit like that.
Yes.
That's the one thing. Like she was great in that role, even if the character in general is kind of forgettable. But George Lopez is a great way to write a crazy uncle that's just like into all this tech and shit, and that can contribute to what you're doing.
Yes.
Like, that is a great fucking way to write.
I
that side character.
Want to give. We did the same thing. We did the same thing with Cleo Thomas. We'll give. This will be a new thing where we give a content creator, an artist, an actor, someone that is a generational treasure to the world. We will give them their flowers and let them know. Mr. George Lopez, you have been in our hearts, our TV screens in bedrooms, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning and waking us up on Nick at Night, to sitting down with our actual family, whether watching it like The Big Bang Theory, to Martin, to literally anything you could think of. You have been a staple in the Hispanic community, in my family, in my household, and I've always treated you like you were an uncle. And to see you not only be in a superhero movie, but you being a superhero movie and the lead happens to be Hispanic and you got to play the uncle, that is some of the best casting that James Gunn missed out on. And it's not because he missed out on it, it's because James Gunn didn't make it yet. You know, that you can't write another uncle like that. You can't. There was no other person to do that role like that other than George Lopez. Yeah. Like,
do you think that was the role initially when he took it on?
100%.
Do you think that being George Lopez like made it evolve into kind of a crazier character than they had?
No, I think they let him riff a lot. I think that's just what they got from him.
He was good, man. He really shined. He really did.
I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I have never felt more home in a movie theater before. Yeah. And not Nicole Kidman jokes.
Hit us up, though. We want to be in those ads.
Heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
Yeah.
Ray and I Ray had this idea because AMC is shooting the second, like, the trailer, like, for the sequel for the trailer of the AMC. Please let us be extras in it in the background. Like, we are begging you. Like, please, we will do whatever it takes.
Prove it's not her home theater.
Yes,
come on.
Please. Like, let us
in there, bro.
Let us just be around there. Let us just be in the background. Like, you know, I think it could be something incredible. Because we only go to AMC's. I want that to be known. We only go to AMC's.
A-list Stubbs member. God damn it.
100%. Like, we are down for the AMC. Back when it was the Carmike. We have gone to that theater since we were kids. That is a historic theater to us. Yep. We will always know it reigns true in our hearts. So AMC, we will never leave or switch up. But all we are asking for, please, is just to let us have a cameo. Let the Saturday Morning Boys just have a cameo. Yep. And then we'll fuck off. We'll leave you alone.
We won't even look at her. If you don't want us to look at Nicole Kidman, fine. Just
fine.
Let us sit in the seats in the back.
Even better, the way that Hollywood does it with certain scenes, like the Illuminati in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Let us all show up, not there the same day. Like, let Ray and I just shoot there one day.
We don't have to meet her.
Yeah, we're not asking to meet Miss Nicole Kidman, that treasure. All right, we're not asking to do that. We're just asking to be a cameo in the trailer. Because heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
God damn it, it does.
Now, yeah, man, Blue Beetle was 10 out of 10. The way their family went together, the way it wrapped up, the post-credit scenes. We aren't going to break down these post-credit scenes because this movie is too important to me to even... So instead, we're going to speculate on why we didn't get our post-credit scenes that we thought. Let me tell you, man, the fact that we didn't get who Ted Kord looks like...
Just give us a crumb.
Give us...
God damn.
Because I looked at Ray halfway through and I was like, dude, post-credit scene, Booster Gold shows up with his time machine and he drops, like, Ted off.
Dude, that's what I'm thinking.
And the whole thing is Booster lied to him and said, we'll only be gone, like, a couple minutes in your time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can you
15 years.
Can you imagine? He's like... Booster, what the and it stops right there. You know, like that would have been such a good Glenn Powell and Jason Sudeikis moment. Mm-hmm. You know we're James, Mr. Gunn, Mr. Safran, Mr. Safran, Mr. Sean Gunn. Just give your boys a call,
please.
And
if you can help us get in the AMC commercials, also help us with that, James.
Here's the thing: I would rather do anything James Gunn wanted than anything AMC because James Gunn would invite us to the premiere. I feel like.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like you would. I feel like you would.
And here's the thing: I've been with James Gunn since Slither. I will be with him forever. So it's just one of the Slither was an old movie. It's like Elizabeth Banks, Michael Rooker, man. Even has, oh my goodness, Pam Beasley from The Office. I can't think of her name right now. Why am I?
Jenna Fisher.
There it is. I'm so sorry. I thought that was Angela's name. I was like, that's not her.
That's
wow.
McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney. That's right. Man. Blue Beetle was spectacular. Everyone. Don't walk, don't run, hustle. Ahora, right now, go, andale, hurry, Cabrón. I'm telling you, go see this movie in any way, shape, or form. Wow.
So good, man. Where's it ranked for you this year?
Top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3 now. Flash is out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that topped the Flash. It is, the distance between Blue Beetle and Flash is bigger than the difference between, like, Flash and Ninja Turtles or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. This
And-
was won by a mile for me.
Without a doubt. This movie was so damn good, man. Like,
And here's a crazy thing about this movie. Did you know, I'm sure you did, we probably talked about it before, this wasn't originally supposed to drop in theaters. This was an HBO Max exclusive.
it was indeed. Like Batgirl.
Yeah, imagine that movie not coming out
We
in
were
theaters.
this close to getting scrapped.
Dude, yes.
And I remember you and I sending pictures to each other of Jaime. Like, and this was like, I guess during the bus scene where he cuts it, because he's like on during the day, and he's like, you can see without his hat, or his helmet. You and I were like, you and I think had voiced our concerns, and then like the next day they had dropped that, and you and I were like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. Oh, it's perfect.
Practical suit is
Yep.
going to be 10 times better than we expected. Dude. And now look at us, guys. We just watched the Blue Beetle premiere. Do you understand, dog, that we have seen all the ones that we genuinely wanted to see? That was the last one?
That's not true.
What was it? What was the next one?
Well, we've got Gran Turismo next week.
No. I mean for what we had planned originally throughout the entire year.
Oh, yeah.
This movie completed our slate, man.
Well, yeah. Dude, how many references did you catch? Okay, because obviously the sword one, would you call it the Buster Sword?
The Buster Blade, yes.
Oh, yeah.
From Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so we've seen that since the trailers.
Yes.
Okay, so there are a couple other things that I noticed that I want to talk about. Okay, so the way his mask was cracked at the end, that's definitely a nod to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, right?
100%.
Definitely that.
I had to have been.
Okay, and then the power-up scene is just a Dragon Ball Z reference, right? The fist on the ground is literally, and then the power-up around him, and then he goes up and blasts him with an energy beam.
Or it's more of a Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, when he first lifts off and flies.
Bro, he had key flames around him.
When the suit, you'll put both clips in, I'm sure. Hope. But the scene of Henry Cavill when he first goes to fly, you see tiny pebbles floating and levitating. The same thing happens when Jaime, before he does it. The Dragon Ball Z reference, 100% not doubting that. But the way he launched up and the way that the slow-mo hit was very, almost shot by shot. Henry Cavill.
Oh, was it?
Then I saw it and I was like, these motherfuckers. Yeah. Like the fact that he also... He wore a Gotham University hoodie.
He did, yeah. I guess that's where he graduated.
So that means Victor Stone is a quarterback at Gotham University, realistically.
Okay.
B, there is a Flash in this universe because of Uncle Rudy saying it, and a Superman.
Yeah.
And a Batman.
Yeah, that's why I can kind of see why it's kind of an ambiguous story, because it could fit the old or the new.
Yeah.
The new story.
So now my question is, I wonder what his 4 years. Oh, it's law school, so it's 7 years.
Yeah, I think he did pre-law, so he's still got to do the 3 more.
Okay, so he's got 4 years under his belt while going to Gotham, while living in Gotham for 4 years.
Oh yeah.
What kind of life do you think he had to endure?
Yeah, it couldn't have been that nice.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because doesn't that even mean more for what Gotham is technically, wouldn't it be more of a lesser university? Because the entire epitome of this movie is just saying, like, how poor people from Key Edge are, and this, that, and the other. Do you think Gotham University was more of a community college-esque? Not like, obviously it wasn't, but because it's Gotham University, but do you think because of how terrible, dangerous, and kind of poor Gotham is to an extent, do you think it was like a inner city university? Because the way that Victoria Core was talking to the entire time, it was very just a lot of like just passive aggressive racism the entire time.
Yeah, it was.
So that's what I mean.
It really was.
So I was like, did they really just write like he went to Gotham because like it's such a shithole college, and he's like,
I think it was from more of a he got out perspective. Like
Okay.
he got a scholarship to get out or some
I
type
like
of
that.
way. Because
I
that's
like that
more of
idea.
the feeling I got from it.
Okay, I respect that much more.
Especially doing a pre-law program. Like, I think, isn't Gotham in the DC universe supposed to be like a New York City
right,
type
like
of
a
thing?
Manhattan.
Or wait, no, maybe it's Chicago and Metropolis is
Oh
New
no,
York
you're
or
right. That's
something.
what I'm thinking of.
Whatever it is. Yeah, I
but
think
even more,
it's supposed to be like
Chicago's even more dangerous than New York.
Yeah.
So technically,
I don't think it's was supposed to be community college or anything like that. I think it was more of a he's getting out, and that's why they didn't want to bother him, even though his dad had a heart attack and all that shit.
because that's some big fancy college.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I like that idea.
That's more what I got from.
Yeah, man. The scene where he starts his interview and he goes to his interview, or the thing for the job, and the family's outside the truck and they're yelling for him. You and I have never related to anything more in our lives. I could do whether it's a t-ball game, one of my friends are doing well in something, Good Lord, don't let me graduate, Mom. You'll hear my mom from 4 towns over. She's so proud of her, mijo. Like, you have no idea. That movie was the epitome of everything wholesome in a Hispanic household, and it just made me proud. Like, it genuinely just made me feel good all the way around, man. Like, man.
It was good.
Such a good movie. So you said you had some takes, my friend.
Oh, I do have some takes.
You said you had to get some stuff off your chest. Ladies and gentlemen, don't walk. Fucking cállate, cabrón. Hurry up. Go to the theater right now. Go watch Blue Beetle. I've had enough. I'm telling you right now. I'll get the bad Google Translator out. I'll do it. Okay. So, what are your qualms, my friend? What are your issues?
Okay, and these are completely unrelated.
That's
there are
fine,
no
yeah.
issues. These are just dumbass thoughts I've had throughout the week that I've documented. Okay. So this is number 1. This is hot takes. I said we needed to start this because this is how you grow on TikTok. If you say some dumbass shit and get a bunch of comments of people saying that you're wrong. James Gunn's Vigilante is the best version of Deadpool ever. What do you think?
I like that.
You like that?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
I was afraid you'd hit me or something.
No,
I know you
I was
like
offended
Deadpool.
at first, and then I was like, "Oh, you genuinely mean Vigilante as this character in the Peacemaker show? The way that James Gunn wrote this boy is his dialogue, the way he acts, and everything is better than Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool." Is that what you're telling me right now? Is that what you're telling me right now, Ray?
I like it better. I think it's better. I think Vigilante's he's quippy in a better way. I don't know how to describe it.
Let me tell you something. TikTok's gonna eat you alive. What else you got?
Oh, I only have one other topic. Okay, so we watched the Ninja Turtles movie for the podcast. We have an unreleased, this is a leak, unreleased Gotham Knights video. Okay? So what do those two things have in common? Well, they both have a character that uses a bow staff. And so I was thinking, in a 1v1v1, Tim Drake versus Donatello versus Avatar Aang in a little bow staff competition. Who is the best bow staffer?
Okay, multiple questions I have for this.
Yes, exactly. Because Tim Drake is this prodigy, classically trained by Batman or whatever. Donatello is like...
Okay, so now here's my question. Is it Mutant Mayhem Donatello?
See, I don't fucking know.
Is it the best? Say it's the best version of show or cartoon that we have. Is that what you're telling me? It's the best version?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it's the 2007 where it's like the anime.
We say the peak of every character. How about?
Okay, so the peak I would say is probably Donatello when it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's like the anime almost. Where it's
Okay.
Okay, so that Donatello, non-airbending Aang, is that what you're telling me? We
can just say peak anything.
Well,
like Aang's only whooping ass, I think, with the bow staff.
But he also is the Avatar. So does that mean so no bending, right?
I don't think. Yeah, I would say no bending, and I would say no. Obviously, no Avatar state because that would just
right.
be,
No. I just meant mainly the airbending because of his bow staff flies the whole 9. So that's that's what comes into question.
I would think no. It would just be bow staff. I would think he can't use air moves.
Does Tim have any gadgets such as batarangs or anything?
It's just the bow staff.
Bow staffs?
That's what I'm saying is pure
wholeheartedly
bow staff. Who is winning?
Donatello's whooping everyone's ass.
You think so?
Without a doubt.
Really?
Because in the movie, I think when they meet him, I'm pretty sure like Batman gives Donatello props.
Crossovers.
I want to say he gives him his props for his like intellect and his bow staff skills.
Yeah, okay.
I'm probably wrong, but I remember them like battling, like obviously like at some point. But I would say probably Donatello, because he's just that man, dude. He's just that boy. Like Avatar Aang, I understand, but
I think Aang's definitely third in this.
Third, 100%.
Yeah.
I think Tim, he would lose last second.
You think so?
I think because he is not a modified mutant turtle with the amount of stamina that he has, even though he's Batman.
That's really where it is.
You know, he's not, even though he's Timmy Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has ran the Titans, but
Yeah.
actually, Teen Titans Robin cleans them all up.
Teen Titans Robin?
Because it's not Tim, it's Dick.
Does Dick Bowstaff in that? I haven't watched.
Yes, he has a solid gray.
Oh, okay.
And he'll put, like, you know that TikTok thing where he'll you like move the pin and it just comes out.
Oh yeah.
He has one of those.
One of those. Okay.
Yeah, dude. And let me tell you,
Dude, that's another question then. Okay.
that Tim Drake, that Robin beats everyone.
Okay. Well, then let's say since Donatello, he's obviously got
Robin
the mutant
beats
upgrades.
Damian Wayne 9 out of 10 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since Donatello is kind of like naturally upgraded since he's a mutant or whatever, let's say that Tim Drake can have gadgets, Aang can bend all 4 elements or whatever, or let's say 2 elements because in the show you see him bend 2 elements at a time. So let's say he can airbend, earthbend, or whatever.
Okay, that's okay. So
no fire,
So is
no
Robin
water.
still in this from Teen Titans?
Yes.
Okay.
We can add Robin from Teen Titans, and then we have any version of Tim Drake in the comics.
Robin still wins.
You think Robin still wins?
Here's why. He is the he is the master of games. He is. So in the Teen Titans show, they played oh man, I want to do this for a filler episode so bad with you. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years they've had incredible Teen Titans references, cameos, shows, adaptations, this, that, and the other. But there is one episode from the show Teen Titans that I bet you'll never forget. So, in this episode, it starts out with Beast Boy, Cyborg, Robin, Starfire, Raven. They're all playing cards, right? And of course, Robin wins at the very end.
Okay.
Or you think Cyborg comes in, wins it all. But Beast Boy comes in also, so it's a 3-way tie. So then they're zapped out of nowhere, just like that from the tower. They're brought to a new space, like place in space, where it's like a bunch of characters throughout the show. They brought Aqualad, they brought in Speedy, they brought in Hotspot, they brought in Gizmo, Beast, and like 2 others, where they're all there again with the Master of Games. He said you have to all fight 1v1 essentially.
Oh wow. Okay.
In a tournament, and the winner gets whatever they want. All right. So then it just comes down to certain people fighting. Robin, Beast Boy, they all meet. Aqualad, Speedy.
Bro.
Speedy is such an underrated character in this show. Hot damn.
Really? Okay.
So
they're just having a tournament of power.
Wow, dude, he was so cool. Like they had the same mask, him and Robin. So like they're all the second you see Speedy, you're like, well, that's who's fighting Robin at the end. Like you could already tell.
That's cool.
So it starts out, so and so loses this, that, and the other. Eventually, you come to find out that the losers are getting sucked into this amulet by the Master of Games.
Okay.
At the very end, you realize that it's Cyborg that has to stop him. Or so you think. You see that he loses, and it comes down to Speedy and Robin at the very end.
Okay.
He beats Speedy, and then he beats the Master of Games in an amazing battle, even though the Master of Games now has every ability of the original person. So he's switching, like, he has a gorilla arm, and then he switches to Beast Boy's arm.
Wow.
But he also has the head of Hotspot, which is like essential magma, kind of.
Okay.
He has the water powers of Aqualad. Like, he has certain things like that. He has, like, spider arms in the back, like Gizmo. It's incredible things, and the fact that Dick Grayson Robin beats him by himself, and he beats him with crushing the amulet with his bow staff.
With his boast.
And then releasing everyone.
Damn, that's really hammered that point home, bro.
So,
Damn.
Dick Grayson in Teen Titans wins every time.
Really?
Without a doubt. And that's why. And that is why. That is why he is the ultimate
Okay.
one. They didn't really go with the Batman lore on this one, where he wasn't really that man. You know, he didn't run the Titans. Blah 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 blah. Blah. That version of Robin wins 10 times out of 10.
Okay.
That's that man.
I don't even have an argument.
And he's also fought Terra, who is also an Earthbender.
Yeah, that's
So and he's already beat her 3 times in the series. So we know he's able to. You know what I mean? Like,
fair enough.
He's got it.
Fair enough.